because I'm like, I got a 1:30 deadline, right? It's like,
There should be a camera on my head at all times.
and so as I'm doing this outside, here comes Mallory because she had a snow day today. So here comes snow day, right? So she goes shopping with her friends. So she comes flying back down our court like 100 miles an hour. And I'm like, well, maybe she'll come help me. No, she right by, didn't even slow down. And we live on a cul-de-sac. I mean, she's got to stop because I'm only next door. She comes by. I finally get Pam to come help me. She had pity on me. And so I'll tell the story here in a second once we start the show.
I'm dying.
It's like a mini my Midwest episode full show. Because we're going to the Midwest episode this week because I'll be on the cruise.
The comedy though was, and I'm sure you probably feel the same way, although I say I should have a camera on me all the time, the people I should have a camera on are my parents.
Well, I'm turning into my parents. I'm like that.
They should have to wear something on their head at all times.
I'm either Dr. Rick or like I need Dr. Rick. I can't decide. Like those commercials. Like, remember, you don't
Dr. Rick's gonna come help you.
Exactly. Remember, you don't work here.
Right.
Jan. You're Jan.
It could be Jan. I know. Or you're just watching the TV. You don't have to supervise.
Dude, that's exactly how I watch football, though. I'm watching football, man. I'm ready to, I need a clipboard. I'm coaching. Pam tells me all the time. She's like, sit down, dude. We're not at the game because at the game we stay the whole game. She's like, we're not there. Like we have easy. I'm like, I can't relax, man. I got to stand. Like I'm stressed. Like, I can't see from my chair. She's like, you can see everything else from the chair. You go watch the news. Like, how can you not see from your chair? I'm like, I can't see. Like it's football.
I like when the guy's talking to the other guy through the bathroom door. It's like, what is going on?
How about we do a half and half?
Yes.
That's so true. I've got every one of those things. Oh no, you don't want to order that.
Exactly. Yes.
The best one that we sell on a bag is groceries and the rip beer and the sandwich cookies. Rip beer. Oh my god! Hey, I gotta put that we're on the air. Hang on. Oh my god. Rip beer and the sandwich cookies on the bottom.
It looks like my Mickey statue has antler ears on it in the little thing. This one up at the top there.
Rip beer. Those commercials are so good. Remember, you don't work here.
I tell Steve that all the time when we're in Disney World because he likes to try to help people. I'm like, oh, don't do it because they always know better, Steve. True. Like, don't do it.
That is true. You do get burned for trying to be a good.
Oh, you do.
You get lit up. Yeah,
you definitely do.
Not get involved.
I'm like, yeah, that's it. Because I'm like, one of us is gonna get fired up, and then we'll be on the interwebs, and they'll be like, "Hey, I'm from the Magic for Less." Blah blah blah.
Exactly. Well, so this morning they had a Zoom call for that cruise next week, right? I wasn't in it for the whole time because I had a whole bunch of fires. Like I had to call vendors. Yeah. I had a whole bunch of stuff. I was in it for a few minutes. Like they're like, don't wear this, don't wear that. I'm like, yeah, because I've been in them before. I'm like, yes, obviously, yeah, exactly. I know.
Well, I will tell you the one thing you will not find me on the internet for, though, and that's for not tipping because I am a good tipper, especially on vacation.
Oh. My wife was she was a server. Do we overtip so much? Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like, I'm never in charge of the gratuity. I just give her the card and she takes care of it because she was a server, right? And she just overtips like crazy, I'm all for it because
I know because I'm lucky enough to be on vacation.
Yeah, 100%. Like you take care of it because you are very kind and you do it. All right. Okay. Here, I gotta tell this story. Okay, so I hate when we do so many shows because I'm doing another one tonight and doing another one tomorrow night, and another one Thursday, hopefully with Scott. So this will be 28/11. Yep, for the 10th. Okay. Yep. All right. Here we go. I'll still be on the cruise on this one. Sea day. All right. Welcome to episode 2811 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're having a great week. I know I am, because my home the last few days has been the Disney Destiny. Hope you've been following along at Be Our Guest Mike on Instagram and on the Facebook page at Be Our Guest Podcast. Make sure you like it over there so you get all the notifications. And of course, on x.com at Be Our Guest Mike, so that you see all the updates. Those are the three places where I'm putting all the information so you can follow along, see the newest ship in the fleet, because you're going to want to sail this one, become a superhero, or, you could be a villain too. I think it's great for husbands and wives. Just saying.
If you have one of each.
If you, I'm not touching it. You could exactly. I mean, you could probably swaps, 3 or 4 times on a 4 or 5 day voyage. You never know. I'll tell you how it goes with mine when we get back. I'm sure it's going to be great. But we're going to be posting videos, photos. I'll probably be doing some live streams during the cruise. So join me, Be Our Guest Mike, on those destinations. We'll have a good time with that. But we are recording early, so you don't miss any podcasts. We don't do that here on the show. We don't take breaks. We're going to have a good time. Pam is joining me. No lists or questions, though, because those can get stale. Those are kind of timely. We're just going to hang out and talk Disney with my friend Pam Forster. She's the co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel. Pam, happy Wednesday. What's going on?
Happy Wednesday. So I wanted to start off by, I had received an email from someone asking about what is behind me on the shelves. And it's pretty much the same. Every now and then I switch it around, probably because I took everything off to dust and I forgot how I put it back on. But I wanted to point something out because this is what this person specifically asked about. And it is right here. This thing, which I know is hard to see when you're watching on different things, but I'll hold it up because this is sort of it's a cast member badge, right? But it has my name on it. And
it's
Disney had
cast member, because a lot of people are just listening to the audio. So I'm having a fancy looking cast member.
Like it's like a crystal one, like from Arribas Brothers or whatnot, right? But the reason why I keep it there is because in addition to that, there is a note here from Mr. Josh Tomorrow, handwritten, right? And I had the privilege, they actually had our small group, our MTAC members, to dinner with Josh. And he spoke with us and spent some time with us. And then he actually wrote a bunch of these out at the conference that I was going to. But anyways, I thought I'm going to share this because it's kind of a cool thing. And I keep the little note there. Oh, and by the way, I should read what it says.
It says, I love the Be Our Guest podcast.
Right?
Question shows every Wednesday.
Exactly. It says, thank you for being part of the magic, which I thought was really nice. And Josh, nice guy, as nice as you'd think he would be. But so is every executive I've had the honor and privilege of interacting with at the Disney destinations. They're all so passionate about these destinations, about the guest experience, about all of that. So never had a bad experience. Always been good and love to hear that. So anyways, just sharing a little bit of the stuff that is behind me.
I love that. And I have so much junk behind me. My favorite thing are my ears that I get every year from the marathons, because I know those are coming to an end very quickly, because I have a complete set so far, and that's what keeps me going. But I don't know how long I can do this. Probably the last year. So that'll probably be it.
You say that every year, though.
Yeah, but this year's the whole different story. This year, I'm coming to a reckoning right after this year. Like, I shouldn't be. I've been told by multiple people with lots of letters after their names that I should not be doing this year. And I've tried to talk them into it, and they're letting me, against their better judgment, go ahead. And they're like, okay, bro, but we'll see you in February.
Yeah, so, but your wife has the final say. So.
She does. And I may or may not make it to the finish lines this year. This is going to be a fun thing. It's called Dopey Roulette. We'll find out. But anyway, I got to tell you a story, though, because we're not having Mike in the Midwest this week because I am on the cruise, so I can't record that podcast for our patrons. But I got to tell you real quick before we jump into today's Disney topic, why I was late recording with Pam here by about 5 minutes, and why my feet are freezing right now here in December.
I'm already excited about that.
Okay, so we record our podcast out of the Midwest, out of Weldon Spring, Missouri, here in St. Charles County, beautiful dead center of the United States, from by listening around the world. And we usually don't have snow this early, in the season. We'll get a little dusting or so forth. We've had over 10 inches of snow already this year. We've gotten it pretty good, which I like. I love weather. It's pretty cool. As we're recording today, Mallory's on a snow day already. What that means for high school kids, she's already gone out in her car shopping with her friends. Like, they don't care because they've plowed the streets already. The kids are soft nowadays. Like, we went to school and it'd be a foot deep. Anyway, of course, I work from home. Great. No problems. Right. So I'm going about my routine. We're going to do a podcast this afternoon, get ahead for the cruise, blah, blah, blah. So I got to get everything done before time to record in the afternoon because we don't normally do this, trying to rearrange my schedule. So I got to take Riley out, the super doodle, to do her business. Afternoon, a couple minutes early. She only does it at the lake because she's a diva dog. So I got to walk her out to the lake, which is behind our house in the snow. And of course, I get her out there and I'm listening. I, of course, was always listening on my, something on my AirPods, have my AirPods in. Well, I have that AirPod case in my pocket with the baggie that the poopy baggie that you pick up your mess with. Well, we have about 8 inches of snow on the ground right now. So she decides to do it halfway on the way to the lake this time for some reason, because you can't see the grass anywhere. Like there's no indication of grass, path, nothing. It's like Hoth out there right now.
Right.
So she just does it like halfway on the path. Like she doesn't know what she's doing. I'm off my game because my schedule's all screwed up because we're recording in the afternoon. So I pull the bag out of my pocket with the AirPod case in my same pocket. Don't realize it. The AirPod case is now in the snow. It's lost on Hoth. Well, I don't realize this. Like I'm back in, get her all dried off, come back in, get everything set up to do the podcast, and I get ready to take my AirPods out of my ears to put them back in the case. And I'm like, where's my case? I can't find it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not in my pocket. I'm doing all this stuff.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, is it in my coat pocket? Nope. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the only place it can be is it must have fallen out when I went to get the baggie out of my pocket. So I'm like, no, it's got to be out in the snow. So now if you know technology with AirPods, it will play a little chirpy sound if you hit the button, like on your Find My. I'll go, doot, doot. I know it well because I've been playing it for the last 30 minutes. Go, doot, 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 doot. And so, but it's real faint, right? So I'm out in the snowbank halfway to the lake. It's super cold out today too. And I'm out there like doo, 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 with this long ice scraper out of Pam's car. But I'm not trying to disturb the snow too much because I'm just going to pack it in further. I'm scared to death. So I'm trying to push like any. So I'm like, doo, 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 doo. I can't. So I'm like, fine. I couldn't find it. So finally Pam makes her way out. Remember, she had a broken ankle not too long ago. So I'm trying not to have her. It's kind of down a hill. So I'm like, don't break your ankle. Well, here's the thing. Pam can't hear high, like,
right.
She can't hear high tones at all. Like dog whistles. She can't hear them.
Right.
So she can't hear the thing. I'm like, you can't hear that? Like we're out there arguing like an old couple. She's like, doo, 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 doo. I'm like, how do you not hear that? I can't hear anything. I'm like, it's in helping. I'm like, and then my iPhone 16 or whatever has the thing that like tells you almost exactly where it is. Like it's like you're within 3 feet, you're within 2 feet, you're within 1 feet. Like I'm playing like the hot cold game with my phone and the AirPod thing. It's like green, it's like vibrating. I'm like, it's Pam, we got to be getting close. My phone's like, it's got to be. We hit it, dude. It was like striking gold. I felt like a 49er back in the day, like out in San Francisco or something. When I found that thing, it was amazing. So that's your Mike in the Midwest episode for all the patrons today. That's why my feet are freezing. That's why I got frostbite on my hands. I mean, telling you, here's the tip for today. I mean, remember the back of the day before you go to the parks, you have the zippity doo-dah tip of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Zippity doo-dah tip of the day. You be careful with your iPod case in a snowy environment, man. You are never going to find that sucker. It is white on white. You will not find it. It's ridiculous.
So crazy. I swear, I buy the new watch every few years just because I use my watch to find my phone all the time. All in my phone.
She's like, well, I can always find my phone by using my watch. I'm like, okay, that's great, but we're not trying to find your phone with your watch. I'm trying to find my AirPod case with my phone. Like, and it's not very loud. I'm like, I know. Like, you're telling me the obvious. It's in the snow somewhere. She's like, well, if it was up higher, we could see it. I'm like, if I could see it, we wouldn't be out here right now. It's like the whole thing. It's like I told you before we started recording. God, I wish I had a video of what that would have looked like because I'm just like, There were so many things like, yes, if that were true.
Look
I
into
wouldn't be
your
out in the
future,
forest with all my
Bud.
filters right now, digging in the snow, or Riley just took a poop.
Right. But the thing is, so the thing with my phone is like it has a setting that if I'm so far away from my iPad or another device, you know,
Yes.
whatever you, but it alerts me all the time to the iPad. Like I'm driving out the
Yes.
road to my neighborhood and I get it. But I'm literally afraid to shut that off
You know, I know.
because you know at some point I will be that far away from my iPad and not want to be. So I'm like constantly on my phone. Yeah, no kidding. I left it. I don't take it in the car with me.
And you know where I get that all the time with my iPad is at Walt Disney World. Every time I leave my hotel room at Disney World, it's like your iPad has been left behind, like an abandoned kid. Because I call BOGP iPad or something. It's like BOGP iPad has been left behind. Yes, it has. It's
right. Because you're afraid, like me, to shut that off. Because one day you will be like, oh,
yes.
God, I
got the false alarm 932 times, but that 934th, you know,
right.
like, oh my gosh.
Now you're going to need to set it up for your case for your AirPods.
100%. Okay, so sorry, I know you came for the Disney talk and you got the Hoth and the AirPod case, but if I save one person's pair of AirPods this winter, I've done my job. So be careful when you just don't, here's the tip. Don't put the AirPod case in the same pocket as the poop bag. It's not a good idea. Okay, so let's talk some Disney topics here, and we have an email too we could go to because our good friend Alex from across the pond gave us a mini trip report. But we were talking about this on the live call-in show last Sunday night, and I haven't talked to you about it. Just kind of tech in general, tech usage has been obviously increasing over the past decade, 15 years at Walt Disney World, and recently Disney has kind of they announced a couple weeks back they were going to partner with Meta, you know, the Facebook company, and Meta has those Ray-Ban glasses that they have the cameras, they can do POV, you know, videos and so forth, but they also have, you know, displays on the inside, but they on top of that, what I've heard is the best part personally, and I've heard a lot of tech podcasts report on these, is that they're really great for the audio because they have speakers kind of in the sides there where they go by your ears, and they deliver great audio. So they're talking about partnering with Disney with these to bring in-park experiences to the guests, you know, like park maps and to give information while you're in the theme parks to enhance the park experience. Because in the article, it mentioned that guests are saying that they're spending too much screen time during their day. So they're trying to think about alternate ways to deliver park experiences, and Meta glasses was possibly a solution. Is that a solution to too much screen time? Something like glasses? What do you think about that?
I think the capability of the Meta glasses is that it uses AI to sort of figure out what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're doing, and it has a way of pairing that all together to sort of come up with, based on that information that it's gathering, it has, you know, the ability to figure things out and may be able to help you and do things like this. I can't wait to hear the application as how they choose to do it. I am not as familiar with the Meta glasses, but interested in them nonetheless, right? Like, can you give them, I mean, you can give prompts based on the things that your glasses are hearing and seeing. And to think that we've arrived at sort of this point in time is very, very interesting. The way that technology progresses so quickly, exponentially, and then sort of snowballs. I think that's it. So how that would work, I guess probably somehow interact then with maybe your My Disney Experience app to sort of, it will know like you're here, right? There will absolutely be things it will be able to hear that based on that, it will be able to say, guess what? I know you're in Fantasyland. I think you're right near It's a Small World, because it can hear via the glasses, right? The background music to It's a Small World, the loading of It's a Small World. It knows that Peter Pan's right there. It knows where you were. It probably can use points in, you know, space and time to sort of figure out where you are, GPS. So, I mean, I think it has really interesting applications. I'm not gonna say no, not interested, because sort of everything that Disney has done. When they originally release it, right, people are like, oh, this is going to be horrible. But then you sort of see how it fits into your tour, and you realize you don't have to use every application. You just have to use the ones that work for you.
Well, too, and I agree with that. And I think the ultimate goal with a product like this, think about Apple, like they came out with the Vision Pro. If you follow technology, it's like the visor, and it's not really AI, it's more VR right now, or AR, it's more VR right now because it's a closed environment. But I think the ultimate goal, I think it's kind of step one, is AR is kind of more of a goal, because you don't want to be closed off in a VR environment for most experiences. You want to have like an augmented reality where you see real, you're in the normal environment, but you have an augmented experience. So for example, and I don't know if necessarily this would be, well, I guess it would be helpful for guests. And I'm thinking about like people like us that are veteran theme park goers, as opposed to like people that are not as comfortable in the theme park. So because I guess there could be advantages to both sets of people. I'm putting us both in kind of different circles here, because for the first time park goer, they would be really aided by like park maps, really navigation throughout the parks, with like, and say it was like, just if you could get in your prescription glasses, where it would give you turn by turn navigation to get to Small World, because you don't know how to get there in Fantasyland, or to get to Storybook Circus or whatever, to get to Germany and Epcot because you don't know how to get there from the front of the park. That would be helpful. Or even just, with the audio, to get audio cues through the glasses, that'd be helpful. But think about this as somebody who goes all the time. You're just wearing these glasses throughout the day. And again, battery life and all these things would have to get better over the next 5 years or so. This is, it gets there quicker than you think. You don't know, but I mean, it would have to go through a couple generations, but it will get there eventually. Think about this though. Like, it tells you at the right time, just all of a sudden you hear an audio cue. Hey, Mike, don't forget, you have a lightning lane in 15 minutes. Yeah, kind of like on Cruise Line, where you heart everything, and then 15 minutes before something, don't forget, hey, we got towel folding coming up. But it's just an audio cue that you just don't have to worry about. It's just like a little digital assistant right there in your ear that you kind of set and forget.
I think too, what if you can add in like, hey, let me know if this attraction gets a wait time underneath X number of minutes, right? Think if you could decide, you could add in some things that were really important to you. Like, let me know if an ADR for this restaurant opens up during this period of time. I'm thinking about like prompts that I would find really helpful. And they're usually things that are like, reduced wait time, ADRs becoming available. I think another thing maybe, so this is sort of long-term planning, but think if it could do what is new since the last time I was there. And it could give you sort of a list of that, and then you could do that. Or what if you're willing to wake up one morning and say, guess what? Why don't you outline an itinerary for me today? I want to go here and here and here, and here's where I'm starting. Like, what if you were just flexible enough that you could do that, or at least willing to seek the input? I mean, AI has the ability to sort of analyze things in a way that even when we know it, it may come up with a different scenario that we didn't think of. And all of that is very intriguing, very interesting. And I think can't be ignored. We can't ignore it. We have to work within it and find a way to have it work for us. I mean, that's what at the end of the day becomes the most important. So
I agree. And with ChatGPT, Gemini, all these, digital assistants that we have now, they can do a lot of those things. And I think it's just that balance of, are we wearing the technology, and how do we interact with the technology? I think that's kind of the question. Is it in our hand? Is it screen time? Is it on our face? Is it in our ears? And I think it's just going to be what everybody's comfortable with, right? Because if you wear prescription glasses, like, I've worn contacts ever since I was 16 because I'm blind as a bat, and I had to have them to be able to get a driver's license. And I've just switched, like during COVID, I decided to switch the glasses because it was just easier on my eyes. And, I wouldn't be against it. I just haven't seen a need yet, but I could totally see that if it became something that was ubiquitous and easy, and like the battery life was like all day battery life, and it became something, I'd give it a shot, because I am a technology forward person. But I don't know. Like Disney's always been one of those places where they have toyed with it. I mean, I mentioned this on that Sunday Night Call-In show. Do you remember when they did that test with the DS back at the Magic?
Yes, yes,
I was trying to get one of those things. I mean, that was super cutting edge back in the day to have like because it was a kind of geofence where as you maneuvered around the Magic Kingdom, it would do different things and kind of had a digital park map and so forth. Kind of like the Pal Mickey too. It's kind of like on the same system, I think.
Agreed. It used sort of GPS technology to sort of know where you were, and it must put out some kind of signal. But based on that, you would get different things. Different things would happen with Pal Mickey, with the DS, all of that. So, yeah, there's lots of great things available there for us to use. And like you said, it is a matter of comfortability. The thing that I think that we found with Disney in most cases was they usually can provide a low-tech version for those who aren't comfortable with the high-tech version, right? I mean, in terms of unlocking your door, I know that many of us use the unlock on our phone, that feature that in the app we can unlock the hotel door. But then if you don't have that or you don't have a Magic Band, they still do offer some ability to get not key to the world card, but a card that will open your door too. It still has that technology. So something to think about.
Before we shift gears though on that, Jen, one of our listeners on that show also brought up one point, and then we'll talk about something else. But speaking of that, we got talking about Magic Bands and Magic Bands Plus, right? And we kind of came to a conclusion, like within 5 minutes of talking about it, the Magic Band might be almost the perfect amount of technology for 95% of the guests. Like Disney might have stumbled upon almost a perfect solution because it does just about, there's not a whole lot of thinking with a Magic Band, right? It's a bracelet. You put it on.
Yes.
But it does a lot of things almost perfectly without ever having to mess with anything. Like grandma can do it. Once you get it set up, now sometimes it's a pain in the rear end to get it like linked and get past the linking and all that. Like that you got to probably find your tech nerd in your family sometimes to get that done. But once it is attached to the account, let's get past that. Once it is correctly assigned and attached to MDE, it does ideally. It opens the door. It charges things. It lets you get your pictures taken, and it should show up in the app. I mean, and it's pretty flawless, and it's simple. Like they came up with a pretty slick solution to that.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely, they did. And I actually am a fan of the Magic Band Plus. I know that people don't love to hear that, but it gave us more functionality, and it has sort of of course it's always been sort of reactive, but there's almost a proactive component that you can do with the Magic Band Plus. Well, there absolutely is. The fact that you can make the statues light up and blah, 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 I think that there's lots of ways that Disney adapts to the feedback it gets. And is it instantaneous? No, there's no way it can be with the massive company that we're dealing with and the massive thought that goes into each step of the way. I think that that's something that you have to realize is that Disney puts a lot of decisions through multi-layers of discovering pain points, whether people will adapt to it, what people find frustrating, what people find that they wish it did more of. They seek guest input and cast input, Imagineer input, like legal input. There's lots of layers of input that they get before they roll something out, but they do respond to feedback. And I think that's the thing that I appreciate very much. Look, I know in a company our size, it's very hard for us to make changes on the spot just because of how one change impacts 25 other things. Right. Yeah. Yes, that. And so when I think about doing something on Disney scale, I have a big appreciation for that. So
even though this morning when I tried to book a cruise and the whole interface was different, I was like, hey, what? What's going on? Yes. Don't change things on me. I'm not good with change. I'm like a robot. Don't change things. What's going on? Give me a heads up on that. No, but Jason here in the chat says it's all fun and games until it says over and over again, I noticed you just passed the gift shop. I would love to see the dossier they have on me of all the stuff I've bought over the years. Mike Ramen likes corn dog nuggets and Columbia Harbor House, and he's not a fancy eater. You know, because like if they fed all this, think about like if they fed everything you bought and like where you stayed and all that into like Chat GPT to profile you, I'd love to see what kind of person they think we are. Like, you know, that'd be great. Like, okay, tell me what kind of person Mike Rallman is.
Right.
Awesome. Like, because they have to have that on like everything we bought and like when we've
100%.
Oh my gosh. But now, was there not a time? Okay, I promise we'll get off this topic, but I swore like maybe a decade ago that there was some kind of like system where they gave us rewards. They were kind of tracking us in a way, and they would give you like, you got like a coupon on your receipts that related to something you bought. Was there not a hot minute that they did that, like 10% off for something related to where you purchase things?
There was. It was sort of like a quick service, like when you ate at certain quick service. I feel like there was a thing off, but I think that was prior to like them offering other discounts. You know what I mean? So,
but I think it was trying to like, but they were tracking you like
to drive people in certain ways. Yeah, absolutely.
Wasn't it something like you had to use it before like noon or something like that? Or
you did? Yes, you did. You had to use it within a certain period of time. So yeah, probably like if you ate lunch between 11 and 12 instead of you got to eat with the old people, which is always a good idea. The old people Mike likes that.
They go where the food's good and when the crowds are low. I'm just saying, follow them.
He likes it.
Exactly. All right, I kind of hogged that for forever. So you got what do you want to talk about?
So I was thinking about some of the ways that so I read this article about Coke, Diet Coke, right? And it was in a marketing article of some sort. And they were, at some point, they were doing all these studies. This was probably back in the 80s or maybe early 90s. They were doing all these studies and taste tests between Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi, right? And they found over and over again that blind taste test, people prefer Diet Pepsi, the taste of it, to Diet Coke, right? And at that point, Coke was like, oh, dang, not looking good for us. And they decided instead, they made all these partnerships with all these marketing partnerships. And of course, now we know Diet Coke, of course, outsells Diet Pepsi, right? To this day. And I'm sure that had something to do with it. But I was thinking about that and the way that Disney really does make so many different partnerships with other companies, be it fast food, be it, merchandising. Do you remember like way back in the day, you could find Disney merchandise at Disney and at the Disney store, period. Yep. End of story. You did not find it other things, but now they're really, you can find it just about everywhere. I mean, Old Navy has stuff, like the Gap has stuff. Everybody has stuff that is Disney branded, but one that's out right now, and I know, Mike, you will appreciate this, of course, is they're doing the Disneyland 70th Happy Meal toy.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that because I saw it on my Instagram a couple days ago. Yeah, there's 70 different toys.
70 different toys, and they're very cute. I do have to say, I was looking
pretty awesome. I don't know if I could eat 70 Happy Meals, man. That'd be a big.
Well, you get two. You get two.
35.
So 35. Yeah, that's a lot. Well, get your whole family in on it. Then you can knock those out in no time. But anyways, I was wondering, do things like that, especially like something little that's sort of a low buy-in, right? A Happy Meal is what, $7? Do they get you to travel to like McDonald's more often?
It does, because I'm a sucker for. Well, see, I have he's double-sided sticky taped on my desk here, so I can't pick them up. But I have a Mickey from a Happy Meal sitting on my desk right here that I got back when I taught 6th grade, back my very first year, so 1998. Wow. I got it out of a Happy Meal. It was across the street from my old school, and it was just a cool toy. It's a sorcerer. It's just the classic Mickey there, kind of in a bow tie and so forth, in the tuxedo. And some of those toys it's from a time where they bring back memories, right? It was just, I don't know, like you want to go there. And I have the collection. Scott had the whole collection. I think it was during COVID when Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway came out. And they had all those toys on the way. The whole thing was, but it had that. But yeah, I mean, it gets you to go there. People go a lot of time, and I like the idea with like partnering up with Old Navy, because that's a way that people can go and get some clothes for their Disney vacations before they go down. It's not so expensive because Old Navy, affordable clothing, to go to Florida where it's warm, get t-shirts, shorts, stuff like that, cute little outfits. I like it. Mickey was even at the Bellagio for the Formula One race, I believe, a couple weekends back, and like was conducting the fountains. Those dancing fountains.
Yeah.
It was like an offsite Phantasmic. I saw the video. I mean, that's marketing. I didn't expect to see. The last place you expect to really see Mickey's on the Strip, but there he was.
Yeah, the partnerships that Disney forms, I think, are really, incredible, the way that they're able to do that. And I'm sure companies are absolutely sort of tripping over themselves in many cases to form that partnership. I'm sure that has been a healthy, successful partnership for McDonald's over the years. I think at different times it might have been with another fast food company or two, maybe. And I think McDonald's probably realized, oh, wait, we need that back. Like, we need to make sure that this is sort of an exclusive kind of arrangement. But yeah.
Well, it is funny because it kind of came and went. There was a down period there because health concerns that McDonald's was biggest food, so Disney backed off and they ended the partnership. But I guess it's okay now.
Well, you can get apple slices instead of fries.
But are you getting apple slices? I'm not. It's funny. No, too good. I'm not getting apple slices. Who's getting apple slices? Come on.
I know, right?
Apple slices. You're a better person than I am.
I do like apple slices, I will say, but we're not like a
McDonald's French fries.
Well, I'm not saying that we're not actually big McDonald's folks, but now after I saw the toys, I will tell you that I've sort of thought about it a little bit, like, okay. And I will say the Diet Coke absolutely hits differently coming out of that McDonald's.
Best diet, because I'm a Coke Zero guy. Everybody knows that. Man, Diet Coke from McDonald's is good.
It's its own breed.
It's scientifically proven. Like, there's something with how they do their tanks, like perfect temperature. It is
so good and so cold, man.
And the straws are like fire hoses. They're so wide
and not paper.
No, they're not paper, and they're like the width of a fire hose. You gotta be careful. You're getting a lot of liquid through that thing. I guess because they had shakes or something back in the day. I don't know. There's all kinds of theories. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. So now you're going down this soon. So like, what are you excited for? Because you're going to just take a vacation. You're going to go on vacation, no business. So I mean, when you go on vacation, like like just as a vacation, or what are you excited for?
You know what? It's fun. It's funny. Sometimes I think to myself, I almost wish for the point in time where I wasn't doing or thinking about somehow work, right? When you go to Disney destinations.
It is weird. I mean, because when you are like in it every day, like you're always thinking about, okay, I got to think about these different categories of rooms, and because you are in the minutia of it every day, all day. I mean, it's what we do. It is hard to disconnect when you're down there. You're always thinking about, what would this room view be like for a guest? Like,
right.
I'll go back to the days of bliss, but I still have fun. Don't get me wrong. But I would like to just be kind of just like not know anything anymore.
Right. The pros far outweigh the cons. I will say it does. Just every now and then, I think you think to yourself, dang, like I wish I wasn't thinking of, oh, you should probably video that because that's something that can help our team, or you probably need a picture of that, or you should ask the cast member about this because this is something that would really help our guests or whatnot. So anyways, that, and I think, what I look forward to when I go down is just, the chance to, what everyone does, right? The chance to sort of remove myself from my daily life. The chance to see what's new, see what I haven't done yet, or go back and experience some things that, you know, I haven't done in a while, or I've never done, or some favorites, right? So we'll definitely be doing candlelight processional. Like everybody else, I was waiting when those dinner packages were released because I'm no dummy. I'm going to go ahead and get myself a dinner package so I don't have to wait in line half a day. Right. And they went so fast at some of those restaurants. So I have some alerts set on a few different services, right, to try to find one that is where we really wanted to go. But Ian, the other thing, I'm putting my money where my mouth is for part of our trip. We're absolutely doing the dining plan because there was no way that I wasn't. If we're doing candlelight processional dining package, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to not do the dining plan because if not, I'm leaving money on the table basically. So we're doing it for that. It basically pays for the candlelight processional package. And I still am getting my quick service and my, that kind of thing for free. So it's just so interesting, that whole thing. We are doing lots of holiday stuff. We are doing the glimmering, the behind the scenes tour for the land. We're doing lots of holiday stuff. I'm really looking forward to the holiday boost. We didn't get there last year, so I feel like I missed a year. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's there. Cookie stroll. Yes, there's no way I am keeping Steve away from the cookie stroll. That will happen.
Give him double. Because he missed it last year. He needs to make up. You got to.
That's true. 2 cookies. So lots of fun stuff. And I'm just gonna try to be a tourist, right? Try to just go with the flow and not over plan, which is, I think, the danger, right? It's an occupational hazard in our shoes. I think like over planning can definitely happen, but we're just going to try to take it easy and do all those things. So that'll be good.
We always, obviously, we call ourselves a trip planning podcast, which we're always giving tips. And I think a lot of our best tips come from Monday shows, honestly, just from our trip reports, because people are sitting there talking about their trips. And I love the Monday shows because everybody gets a chance to passionately tell their story, and every story is unique. And it's so fun to sit back, for me to get to sit back and hear the stories unfold. It's great. But I think the best way to learn about trip planning strategies is just to hear what happened on everybody else's trip, because most of the time it's great story, something that happened, but sometimes it's a cautionary tale every once in a while, like, oh my gosh, don't do that. But we try to give tips on Wednesdays and Fridays and Sundays and so forth too. But yeah, sometimes it's nice to not do too much planning and just kind of let it happen. Now, of course, your mileage can vary, but I'm also, when I go solo for these race weekends, I'm fine with it's also easier when you're solo too. Like I can drop in and probably get a sit down dining reservation because I'm very flexible where I go. I could probably get into Olivia's if I wanted a weird time, or like Beer Garden, because it's like you sit at a table with people, and I'm cool with that,
Yeah.
But I'm fine also just eating counter service the whole weekend. And so it's got to, if you're traveling with 6 people, a family of 6, you're probably going to have more plans than I would.
A little more challenging.
Let me read you something that one of our listeners just put on Instagram, because as we kind of get ready to wrap this up, this kind of hit me, and I want to get your feedback on this because I love this. It's Catherine. She's one of my guests over at the Magic for Less and one of our great listeners from years and years gone by. She said, glad to listen to some Disney talk today. I'm 74 days out from our first All-Star stay and honestly so excited. Not our first trip, but as y'all stay, rather stay at an All-Star than off property. I love that.
100%.
She's 74 days out, never stayed at All-Stars. I know she stays other places because I've helped her a few times with her trips, and I appreciate that. But here's the thing, and I totally agree with Kat on this one, is that the All-Stars have a charm. I mean, because there's a magic there. And I always say this about the values. They have an energy. There's a reason why the All-Stars are there. There's a reason why the moderates are there. There's, the values, the moderates, the deluxes. I think every category of hotels at Walt Disney World are there for a reason. There's a different kind of vacation every time. And I don't think one's better than the other. I mean, I think they just all suit their reasons for different vacations. And I think you can have just as much fun staying at the All-Stars as you can at the Yacht Club. it's just expectations and what you're going to get out of the vacation. But man, those All-Stars, they're a ton of fun. I remember staying like in the Coke section where the big Coke, speaking of Coke, the big Coke cups were with the baseball field, swimming pool. That's one of my favorite trips ever with Paige at the All-Star Sports. I loved it. And I would go back to that in a heartbeat. I mean, don't you? I mean, I love that sentiment that Kat shared with us.
I absolutely do. I think an on-site stay is always going to be my preference. Not just my preference. I am going to do that or probably not go, because there are on-site benefits, first of all, that I think have a huge value, and that means dollar amount attached to them. Like you, Mike, I think those 30 minutes in the morning at every single park of whatever you choose is definitely worth it. It is. It puts you ahead of the game for the day. We say it all the time. It's going to save you so much time in the parks if you use it correctly and you get there and do it. But I also think that, there are some other benefits too. Making your dining reservations early for your whole trip, I think that's worth it. Of course, the access to Lightning Lane, definitely hard to put a dollar amount on that, because at certain times of the year, it's priceless. Truly is. It is the difference between getting Lightning Lane and using it effectively and not. So that's worth it. But even in addition to all those, tangible benefits, I think they're just as important is probably those benefits that aren't quite as tangible. And it is a feeling, and it is a service level, and it is just being at a Disney resort. It is worth it. You are going on a Disney vacation. You can stay at a Marriott anywhere. You can only stay at a Disney resort at certain locations across the world. And that's on Disney property. So I think it is definitely worth staying there. I know that there are folks who feel very passionately about not doing that. And while I understand it, I'm going to say I've got the opportunity to stay at a lot of nice places. And there is something about a Disney resort. There just is. It hits differently, as the kids say. So.
That's my thing. Like, I know that like staying at the Swan and the Dolphin, the beds are going to be more comfortable than the All-Stars. I get that. The amenity is going to be nicer. I'm not arguing that.
Right.
But I have more fun at All-Star Sports. Like,
agreed. My experience is better. My overall experience is better.
Yeah. And it's different for everybody. And I'm not arguing that if you enjoy the Swan and the Dolphin better, that is totally fine. That is because it's all personal preference. And I can just speak from where I am. Like, I am different than a lot of people. But I love just the feeling of pulling up to with those big letters, All-Stars. It's cool. Like, it's like nothing else. And there's nothing like it in Pop Century with all the, the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And like, I jump out and get in front of the 70s and get a picture every time because, I'm of the 70s. So that's what we have to do. Yeah, it's just something like it's a Disney thing. Where else are you going to do that? You're not doing that at the Hilton. You're not doing that at the Marriott. So,
no.
I think, Kat, I love that. I think you should always get excited for your trip, because we need things in life to get excited for. These, like I say, with this podcast, we're positive because this is the toy store. This is the good stuff. This is the fun. There's no reason to ever get negative on this because this is always going to be the good stuff. And you should get excited about every trip. I mean, you're going to Disney, no matter where you're going, Disneyland, Walt Disney World, the cruise. Can't be bad. It's the good stuff in life. I love talking about it. How lucky are we to get to talk about this all the time, Pam? It's good stuff.
100%. I mean, that's the thing. In a world where you can choose to see the glass half empty or half full, I'm always going to lean toward the half full. And when I'm talking about getting to go on some of my favorite vacations, there's going to be so many more positives than negatives, that that's where I'm going to put my time and energy.
That's right. And we're going to jump out of here, though, because we are over time, but we're going to be back on Friday with another show for you. But don't forget, I'm on the Disney Destiny talking about good times in life. This is it. I know that I'm blessed and I'm having a good time, but I'm going to share it with all you guys. So I'll be doing some dopey stuff as my Pam allows. Hopefully she'll jump. She probably won't jump in the videos. She calls me the main character. She married the main character. She stays off to the side, but maybe I'll try to hijack her, get her in a couple videos. We'll see how that goes. So come on, join me at Be Our Guest Mike on Instagram. the Facebook page, the Be Our Guest Podcast Facebook page, and x.com. Join us over there, and we'll have all the coverage for you. Don't forget, though, we want to help you get to your favorite Disney destinations. And the best part is no additional cost to you. It's going to cost the same as booking directly through Disney. And you get lots of little goodies, onboard credits with Disney Cruise Line. You can use that for spa appointments, tastings throughout the ships, port adventures, all that stuff. Just don't use it on gratuities. If you do, just don't tell me, because I'll come looking for you. I'm telling you, that's boring. That's boring. Don't do it. You can, just don't tell me. But we want to take care of you, and it supports small business, supports the podcast. And you know what? You're going to get first-class concierge level service every time. I mean, everybody wins. So come on, let's do this. Just swing by themagicforless.com today. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you for your support on Patreon. It's $5 a month to get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. And everybody keeps the lights on here at the show. So come on over. Thank you to everybody who does. Patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Join us in the clubhouse. That's our Discord server, beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. Free for everybody. So much fun. I'll be updating over there as well. And we'll have a live call-in show this Sunday night because I'll be back. So join us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch. 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Give us a call. Scott will be joining me at all those places. So join us for the live call-in show Sunday night. We'll be waiting for you there. All right. And Pam, don't forget Pam on the social media at TMFLT Pam, same places. I forgot.
I know, but you'll be disappointed because I don't post that much. But
I mean, you might be inspired. You never know.
I might. I have been sort of lately, so I've been out of the loop for a while. Let me get back into it.
Spirit of Mark Zuckerberg could hit you. You never know. You never know. Exactly. Throw some meta glasses at you, and you'll be like,
right, Mark.
Who knows? All right, so we're going to jump out of here and be ready back with another show on Friday. So hope you're having a great week. So from the Disney Destiny and Pam, get ready to go down to Walt Disney World. We hope you stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. That's fun. We had no idea where we were going. But
nope. We did it. We did a thing. It's after 2,000 or so episodes, I guess you have some kind of
open the mic and just start talking. Like I have no idea where this is going, but here we go.
We did it.
Okay, cool. Well, hey, if I don't talk to you, you have a good trip.
Yes, you too. I'm so excited to hear what you think about the Destiny. You're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, I can't wait to get out of the snow. I can tell you that much.
Right. I know.
Free on Saturday down there. So I'm like,
oh, nothing like a little bad weather here to make you really
for real. My feet are still wet, by the way.
All right, cool. All right, we'll see you when we go back.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, bye.
And everybody else, by the way, I'll be doing a show tonight, a trip report about the Disney Fantasy, a cruise on the Disney Fantasy. So if you want to join me for that, that's going to be tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern. So come on back. Join me for a trip report at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Come on back. All right, I'll see you then. Bye.